All right, Living Environment fans, we're back for the second day of school, Bellringer. It's the only thing that's better than the original is the sequel. And think of it, we have 180 of these to do. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's do today's Bellringer.
All right.
Hey now.
Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
He's interested too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
All right, safety is priority number one here in the science classroom, and our first lab all has to do with safety. Some of you started that lab yesterday. The rest will start today. But you all watched the Amoeba Sisters talk about lab safety, and so there's a couple things that I want you to know. You know, the number one issue I have in class in terms of safety is broken glass. Broken glass. Yeah, people tend to knock over test tubes or beakers or flasks, usually accidentally. And there's a couple of important safety rules. Number one, if you break something, let me know, right? Number two, if you break something, don't pick it up with your hands. I have a whisk and a dustpan here in the back by the broken glass container for you to scoop up all the pieces. Even if they're big chunks of glass, don't pick them up with your fingers. We just try to avoid any cuts and things like that. And then, of course, once you've cleaned up your mess, you just dump broken glass into the broken glass container. And I will hopefully replace the one that you broke. So that's a big one, broken glass. Other safety issues, eye safety. Yeah, we often have labs where you use chemicals that you don't want to get in your eyes, so you need some kind of protective device. I have tons of goggles here in my microscope cabinet right at the bottom. Goggles that they'll even fit over your glasses. If you bring your own safety glasses, that's cool too. Not as cool as my pink ones here, but it's fairly cool. Okay, of course, eye safety is big. We don't want to get any chemicals in our eyes that might affect their ability to work. I mean, that's not why we're here at school. If you do get a chemical in your eye, if there's a splash or something, I have at the back of the room here the official eye wash station, right? Which is turn it on, and flush the eyes out with water. Right, so that's probably safety rule number two. Remember, protect your eyes with goggles, not your forehead. Then my third big safety rule, probably, I mean, there are lots of safety rules, you know, about being careful in class, but don't eat any of the materials that I give you to use in lab. Don't ingest them. Okay, you don't really even want to smell them or taste them. Okay, you assume that if I give them to you in lab that they are not safe to be consumed. They're used in the lab for our lab purposes. In that regard too, I also ask that you try not to bring food into the room, because you can understand that if you had food into the room and we were working with some chemicals during our lab experience, it might be easy to contaminate the food with the chemicals, and then that winds up in your mouth, and then we're back to the original problem we have. So 3 top rules. Number 1, broken glass. Know where it goes. Number 2, eye safety. Remember to cover up your eyes with goggles when appropriate. And number 3, don't eat any lab materials. Those are my 3 favorite rules. What are yours?